Hello and welcome! My name is Soon Dunes, and we are back playing Fate Grand Order, because you can never truly escape gotcha. Hello, Zemensk, welcome! How are you doing today? It's been a while, my friend. How are you? Oh, I'll be honest with you. I thought I was done with this game. I'll be quite honest with you. I thought it was over. I thought I'd moved on. And then I see one Twitter post. Just one. And first of all, yet another reason not to log on to Twitter, right? As if there weren't enough reasons already. But yet another reason is I see a post, and it just gives me a slight hint of something new coming to NA. And that slight thing may or may not be related to someone on the screen. And I know you're thinking it's that dashingly handsome old man with the glasses. Alas, no. Alas, no. Hello, mate. Welcome. Who's this FGO guy? I don't know. What's an FGO? Sounds like some sort of illness. Some may say it is. Also, how's the mic? Is everyone able to hear me? Just want to make sure everyone can hear me. I'm using a new mic. I can't hear myself. I can just hear the raucous noise of the game. I don't even know if you guys can hear that, but I certainly can. Let's have a look. Let's run a little test. Can everyone hear me? Excellent! Well, wait, when you say it's good, I have to be careful, because do you mean it's good you can hear me, or it's good because you can't? Always have to be careful, but glad to hear you can hear. Doing fine, still studying at university? I can hear you well, that's good to hear. I'm doing well. I'm doing well, thank you. Been a bit busy, a lot of movement around, lots of change. Been a very busy time, so trying to take a bit of a breather. Bit of a breather for myself, you know, take it slow, relax a little bit. And part of that was I was away from this game basically for the better part of 2 years. But somehow I am now back. For better or for worse. Probably for worse. Louise, hello, welcome to the stream. It has been a very long time. How are you? Oh, I hope you're doing well. How's everything with you? And Maker, I should say hi. Hope everything is good with you too. So we're playing this thing again. Fate Grand Order. I tweeted that I was coming back to the game, actually. And I got a fair few responses. I essentially said I'd made a mistake. I have enough experience in this game to know that it is a mistake, and yet I come back nevertheless. And sure enough, quite a few people agreed with me. But yet here we are. Now, I'll be honest, you guys might have to help me out a little bit here. It's been a very long time since I've played this game, and I'm a little bit rusty. 3-turn farming extraordinaire, I am not. But hopefully I can do something in the event and not be too far behind. I can see we're in the second stage already, which means I missed the first stage. Well, no time like the present. Yes, hello, I'm back, yes. Yes, Nobu brought me back. I admit it, I did it for the Nobu. There? You happy? Nah, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well, and welcome to the stream. Been doing good, growing and looking for better opportunities. I'm glad to hear that, Luis. I'm in a very similar position. I'm looking for better opportunities. I think that's a good way to say where I am right now. I sort of came to a bit of a crossroads, and we've made a decision, we've moved forward, and I'm looking forward to the future. Zemensk, returning to any gacha game in general is a mistake. Yes, which is why I probably shouldn't return to Art Knights next. And you may say, Sion, you played Art Knights? I know! But yes, when it originally came out, I played it for a fair bit, and I liked it. But the forces of inertia have delayed me installing it. Which is code for I've been a bit lazy, haven't I? Also, I just find the story a bit of a slog to read through. Maybe it's just the text is so small. That said, I am starting to wear glasses now, so maybe I'm just getting old. Sandwich, welcome to the stream. How are you? Do we have expedition quests? I don't know. I've been away for a very long time. I'm very outdated at this point. I'm practically a fossil, as a co-worker once told me. But yes, I'm very behind. I'll probably need you guys to hold my hand here. Everdell, welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully I'm not too far behind. To be honest, some people come back to pull just leaves. I would, except honest to God, the amount of space this game takes up on your phone, I can't do that. It takes up too much space. If I'm downloading it, if I'm making that effort, I have to then play it. There's an event in Arknights right now. They released free playable Crown Slayer. Who is Crown Slayer? Look, when I played Silver Ash was the best character, and I know because I pulled him by accident, and I was like, woohoo, I have the best character, and I still couldn't win because I'm terrible at that type of game. But I knew I had an advantage. I have gacha for another car in Girls Frontline 2, and after that, I'll drop it. Ah, fair enough. I think my brother-in-law really likes Girls Frontline 2. I think. I know he likes... Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the one he likes. I love Arknight's gameplay, but I don't really have time to play a lot. Yes. Yes, that's the thing. I don't know why. It's weird because it's not a particularly laborious game, and yet I feel I have to put in a lot of effort to play it. Let's do an easy one first, shall we? You see, earlier on I gave these two a go. Let's do Goblin World. Sounds like, for some reason, a mediocre theme park. Alright, we have to use the class that's full of archers. Allegedly. I'm alright, hope you're doing good as well. Thank you, FDL. Yes, I'm doing very well as well. There's a lot of wells in there, but thank you. Crown Slayer is a reunion boss, the one that teleports behind your operators. That might be ahead of where I was. I should say I didn't get very far. I got to, like, the second chapter, and I don't remember the city. Was it Kowloon? I know Kowloon's a real place. I know it quite well, but I feel like the game called it something similar to that as well. Yeah, I need to level up Nobu as well, as you can see. But now they announced the release date for Global Uma Musume. I'll just play 3 gachas and no more. I think that's a fair amount. I think that's a very fair amount. 3 gachas is enough for anyone, I think. Yes, that's actually true, because I went, as you guys may know, I went to Japan about 18 months ago now. And I remember seeing a poster out there and thinking, wasn't Uma Musume meant to be out on Global already? And that was 18 months ago. So they've certainly taken their sweet time about it. But better late than never, I suppose. I will use the peak of all archers. By which I mean Arash. And then at the back was the Nobutatsu, and we should probably actually try and get an event bonus. I don't know. Mew? I don't have any of the craft essences yet, so we'll just stick a bunch of bond stuff on them. Again, I should say, we're not exactly going for optimal strats here, guys. I will be quite honest. If anything, this is a hope I remember vaguely what on earth I'm doing stream. And I'm very lazy, so we will stick Kaleidoscope on you. Okay, yeah, I think we'll run this. Yeah, Crown Slayer is around chapter 3 or 4. Maybe I was chapter 2? I genuinely don't know. The official PC version of Arknights. Wow, that's pretty. It's been out for a while as well. Luis, did you say that FGO and Star Rail are having a collab in a few months? That's what I heard. That was my last video, I think. That was about 8 months ago? But yes, I believe that's true. I believe there is a collaboration coming. I don't know on what side, though. I know very little about it, and I don't even remember my own video on the topic. I don't know if that says more about me as a creator or more about the collaboration, to be honest. Everyone salute Arash in the chat. Not least for his 335,000 damage, for which he gave his life. Also, if you do enjoy the stream, I am obliged as a person who makes videos on YouTube to ask if you could please like the stream if you enjoy it, as it does help the stream and it helps more people see the stream and help more people come to the stream, and then they can watch this stupendous gameplay, which I'm sure they'd be most enthralled to do so. Have to generate those critical stars. After all, without those critical stars, how are we going to do a crit after Emiya fails to kill someone in the third wave? Since streams at FGO, I can say that I couldn't pull Tiamat, but I got Draco. Congratulations. I admit, I was here for neither. Of those two, I think I may have rolled for Draco if I'd been there. I don't know. Tiamat, probably not, but congratulations. And thank you, Evidel, for the salute to poor Arash. Yes, at least that's what I recall hearing. Is that it was going to be in Star Rail and that Saber and Emiya would be the two. Because I think there was even a trailer with Emiya in. Maybe, I don't know if I'm making it up. Maybe I hallucinated it for all I know. I don't know why I'm dreaming about Emiya, but there we go. But I think there was one. Okay, let's pointlessly do this. Oh, what the hell. It's nice to see Gareth together with Lancelot, though. Especially an Unlimited Blade Works collab, then that would make a lot of sense. Zerebus, welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well. Gareth cannot escape the goblins and ghost references. You know, in all my time, I hadn't realized, yes, she does, look at Arthur. I never noticed that. How have I not noticed it? Even the sort of the way, the charge that she does, which I know it's meant to represent her unbridled potential type thing, but I didn't notice that. That's a good catch. Yeah, I'm looking at the trailer right now. You don't see anything, but you hear Emiya's voice at the end. See, I knew I wasn't hallucinating. I knew I wasn't just dreaming about the man. Not saying he isn't dreaming, of course. Okay, this time we're going to take an archer, but we're not going to take Fuma. Do I want to try and use Nitocris? And try and turn her into a wave clearer? Yes, I do. This is a terrible idea. That said, let's go. Yeah, I'm looking at the trailer. Yeah. Her associate is literally patterned after the main character from Goblins and Ghosts when his armor is knocked off. Oh gosh! I feel like an idiot for not noticing now. But you're quite right. How would I not notice that? But you're quite right. Alright, here we go. Ooh, I would love to go to this water park. So I have a slight obsession with water parks. I'm the type of person who would love to just watch videos of water parks and dream of going there. There was a water park in a certain European country I went to once. That was an indoor water park. Just phenomenal. Loved it. Spent a few days there. Just beautiful experience. But that's enough about water parks. On to Arash. Everyone in chat, I would really appreciate if you could please salute as Arash does his duty. Salute, everyone. And down my boy goes. Okay, here's what we're trying to need Chris into a wave clearer. If I recall, she's not very good at this. Also, I realize I have a lack of grails and a lack of, How do you say? Are they called crystallized laws? That's what they're called, isn't it? Well, thank you, Ephidels, immense Cerebus. Thank you. Thank you. Omega, I presume you haven't played the last time of it. No, no. Ooh, water park theme. Now I'm kind of sad I missed it. Please do not insta-kill. Please do not insta-kill. Oh, thank mercy her insta-kill's so bad. Ooh, 129% refund. Mwah, let's go. It was water park theme. Now I'm sad I missed it. I'd have liked to have played that. Okay, we're against, that's Ibuki Doji, right? If I recall. That's the Russian lady, and that's the thing from Lost Belt 6. Look, I haven't played in a while, okay? You have to forgive me. Let's give the attack buff from the Noble Phantasm, just because. Just because. Also, I have to brag about it. My Asterius is level 120. Congratulations, Immense. Joining the 1-star 120 club. Let's go! There's really not too many of us who have that, so get in. Of course, it's on my JP account, I have that. But no, congratulations. And that's been a heck of a journey for you. I'm happy to see it. It's always cool to see those rare servants leveled up, in the sense that those lower rarity servants that you don't always see leveled up, especially if they don't have a damaged Noble Phantasm. Someone like an Asterius, someone like, oh hello, Noble Tatsu. Those types of servants. I always think it's intriguing. You know, there's even some people out there, daredevils that they are, that level Benkei that high. I know. That's the extra Ibuki I pulled. Got her NP6. Woof. Congrats, Omega. Is she strong? I mean, I feel like that's a stupid question. Like, just from her appearance, you can tell, yeah, she's probably going to be pretty strong. But I thought I'd ask anyway. Look, I'm not too familiar with the 5-star servants anyway. You know I'm more of a 3-star kind of guy. Okay, let's go spear on. Ooh, I do not like that class combination. Do I have a berserker who does that? I genuinely don't remember my roster. Also, yes, I do realize I have 9 nobles now. And a bunch of Moris. For some reason, I just refuse to burn them. Don't know why. There's something about the guy. I just look at him and I think, oh, look at you in your big bucket helmet. I can't burn you. And also an Asterius. There we go. Here's a lot of real fiction. You know, it's amazing what people do. She will be my, berserker. I also don't have Koyan Style. So this should be interesting. Someone's leveled Saber Gilles up to 120. Now, that's just masochism. Actually, maybe given it's that master's friend who would have to use Gilles, is it sadism? I think it's sadism. Still OP in JP, and given that I assume it's gotten kind of crazy over there, I'm assuming that means she's held up pretty well. Like, I don't know, when I was last playing, right, I felt the power scaling had gotten pretty insane. So I'm not sure. Because I felt it was pretty insane when I left, so I can't imagine how it is now. This is Koyan Star of the Light, right? Yeah. I think Koyan Star of the Light will work for what I'm trying to do. In truth, I don't know. I haven't played this game in a while. Let's have a go. Cerebus, what NP level of Mao Noble did I end up with? Not enough. NP 4. Now, I know she has a banner later this year, so I might be hanging around this time. If I can get her to NP 5, Or NP6 ideally, because I would like to get her up to 100. That would be my goal. Then maybe. Maybe. Keske, welcome to the stream. How are you? Limited 3-star trophies. Yes. Indeed. That's my Mori. And I do have a bunch of Ezos in my second archive as well. Look, some people like to store 5 stars. I like to store 3 stars. There's a reason I made the series I did. What does this do? I don't remember what any of this does. Alright, might as well stick it on her already. I think. Okay, we'll do this. I don't think I've mucked this up yet. I think Mori has a star bomb. I think he might have. He didn't originally. Certainly when I made my video, he didn't. I think on JP, I don't know if it's come to NA again. I will have to check. We'll have to use him today, see how it goes. MP4, so it was good, but not quite enough. We're getting there, though. We're getting there. Mr. Amir, welcome. How are you doing? Yes, finally back. Finally back. As, admittedly, I took my sweet time about it, but... Okay, this definitely doesn't work, what I've tried to do here. Definitely does not work. I don't really know what I've tried to do here. This definitely does not work. I hope you're doing well, Mr. Amir. Ruminous, welcome! How are you doing? Yes, it has been a while, and it might have even been more than a year. I know I haven't really been playing FGO much these last couple of years, as you can tell by the fact I've gone into the final wave with 3% NP battery. Auspicious, is it not? Do I have Shufu? I assume I do. That's a good shout, actually. I don't know. I assume I have Shufu. I haven't used her that much, though. She might be an interesting one to use. If I was still doing, like, 3-star superstars and stuff, she'd definitely be someone sort of on that list of people I'd like to use, you know? Also, phenomenal planning here soon. Just absolutely phenomenal stuff. Mori Star Bomb is on his S3 when he dies. Oh, I know he has one when he dies that he releases a boatload of stars. He always had that. But does he have one for when he's alive? That's what I'm wondering. Because I know his third still has it. Because I think it increases his star weight. And then when he dies, he releases it 30 stars or 20 stars. It's a significant number of stars. I remember that. Because it's meant to resemble... Is it still related to like the poem he wrote when he died? Or something... Or after his death, I don't know. Because he died in a weird way, right? He was in a battlefield. He was leading the army, and he was sort of prancing around on his horse before the battle, right? But he's all dressed up in bright armor. I think it might have even been white armor. And so he's going around, as you do, hardy, hardy, ha. And of course he sticks out like an absolute sore thumb to the enemy. So they simply killed him, I think, in one blow, before the battle had even started. I think it relates to that, but its idea is what's left behind or something. Maverick, welcome to the stream. Are you? Yes, the game is still going. I've been away for a while as well, so I'm also of the same mindset. But yes, it's still going and going strong, actually. At least I had to before coming back on. I went through my friends list, and it's still very active. The vast majority are still playing, either that or those who've left kicked me off already. But it's still very active. Okay, you need 200 of each resource. Yeah, I get you, Rue. I get you. I'm somewhat curious to see how it all ends. Look, I'll be honest, I dropped out the story a long time ago. You guys know my feelings on Lost Belt 6. I feel it was very much an inflection point for the game that decides if you feel like going forward with it or not, both in terms of the gameplay, where I feel there has been a bit of a power creep, and also in terms of the story, where it very much became more quote-unquote Type Moon, which most people like. As I said, not really my thing. But I still kind of want to see where it goes. Yeah, no, I thought it's the thing. She'd be interesting to use. I do need to figure it out. Let's try the old combination we used. Where am I looking? Where are you, Emiatrin? Bum, 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 bum. Also, I have absolutely no idea what the event's about, by the way. I admit I did not read the event story, I'm sad to say. So I don't know, but I know this is the music they use, I think, for Guild Quest back in the day. Isn't the easiest star bomb to use Mozart Skill 3? Yes, it is one of the easiest. It drops a boatload of stars. Eine kleine Nachtmusik, I think it is. Does it drop 50 stars, or am I remembering that incorrectly? Do you haven't Santa Martha? Mal Noble is a big advantage on the 90++, since she has Anti-Divine. I do not have Santa Martha. I have Santa Martha on my old JP account. I don't think I'll have her on NA. I don't think I was playing. I'll have to check. You don't have to remember what... Oh, salute everyone. You don't have to remember what class she is, right? My memory serves me terribly. For the story of it still wasted, they haven't finished Ordeal Call and JP, right? I don't think so. Look, I dropped out shortly. I dropped out before Lost Belt 7 came out, so I'm like really behind. I've been gone a while, I realize. Like, I know I officially... So, some of you guys may have seen the post I made when I was uninstalling. That was actually about a week after I did it. But I thought, I'm going to be a drama queen. I'm going to be very dramatic and make an exit. So, I took the wrong Mystic Code, didn't I? So I've actually not really been playing for about 2 years, give or take. Oh my gosh. I almost left him alive. Whew. I'm kind of stuck in Lost Belt 7. Don't have enough time to commit myself to read the story. I already read enough every week. That's the thing, Zemensk. Especially for you right now. But I just found it was too much. The story's just... It's too much time to invest, quite honestly. And I get why people want to. Not blame it, you know, it makes a lot of sense to me. But I just don't have that kind of time to invest. And eventually, the story went in directions I did not enjoy. Ah, Taxido, thank you. Happy to be back. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Santa Martha is a caster. Yes, that's right. She's a quick caster, right? Quick NP? Or am I getting that wrong? I'll try and get Ordeal Tour done. That's all. I don't feel like I was playing this game anymore. Can't even bother to farm for materials and such. Yeah, I mean, I haven't been. I want to get back into it. Just again, it was the game that I played more than any other in all this sort of the genre. So I would like to see it out. But I will admit, it is a little difficult to keep going sometimes. I got the impression you dropped out right after failing to get MP5 Mal Noble. Ah, no, Zerebus. So I actually had to come back for Noble's banner. I dropped out a long time before that. It actually helped that I drop out, though. Excuse me. It actually helped that I dropped out. Because by dropping out, I didn't get that urge to randomly roll on several banners. So I was able to actually save up that way. And I saved up more than ever. Strangely, the one thing that gets me to save on this game is not playing it. That said, it is somewhat unhelpful in that also means I can't build up the quartz to actually roll. A tragic side effect of an otherwise flawless strategy. It is true, taking breaks is very healthy. My break was perhaps a little bit too long, in the sense that it was several years long. Caching Koji, I agree. But, nevertheless. I missed out on Kulili, that's the thing. I missed out on him here, and I missed out on him on when I went to play FGO Arcade as well. So I missed out on him the first time on JP as well. That's actually a trifecta of missing out on him. I guess, as a servant, I'm doomed to miss out on him forever. I really need to develop a better strategy here, don't I? Ooh, a silver Hassan of the Kurstan. That's rare. That's kind of like a little bit of a grail unto itself, because normally it's either you get a full gold one, or, right, you get just the normal bronze. But a silver one is quite rare. I get it, though. I used to be the same. With sometimes with 1 and 2 star servers, I'd invest a little bit in them, but then I'd sort of stop there. I'm fine with just the one. Doing alright, happy to see you back. FGO does feel kind of draining to play, but at least you still got access to it. Oh, Taxido. I'm sorry. I actually did have some trouble getting back in at first, though. I will admit. I did have... My fiance says... So my fiance is in the room as well. They lost their account as well. So they feel your pain. They feel your pain.
My Merlin!
I know, you lost your Merlin. I know. I told you to keep the code. Yeah.
My phone broke.
I know your phone broke. I know. Result of procrastination tomorrow. I'll need to read around 24 pages of... Zements, don't worry. I was exactly the same when I was at uni. I was doing a lot of last minute reading. And sometimes I just had to improvise. The story kind of made after Lost Box 7. It's like Marvel all again. It's Pizza Endgame and now we're just going through filler. Love the new design, but the story is killing it for me. Need to know now. No worries, Rue. It was good seeing you as well. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for coming. I really like that starting in this year, most events are 3 weeks long because it means I can play less and not miss much. So that's what's happening now. Is it the events in general are longer? That's good. I felt that sometimes the events, there were always complaints, I recall. And again, most of my reference points are from 3 years ago, so you have to cut me a little bit of slack. Were also Salute Rush, were that they say, oh, the events are too long, I finish it within a week and a bit, and then there's 4 dead days. When most people, you have to work. You've got other commitments. You're busy. Some people are running businesses. Some people have jobs. Some people are in university. Everyone's busy. Everyone's got their own things. And thanks to the 7 stars, that's why you use a rush as second skill. So people have their reasons, And so I'm very much someone who supports longer events. I think that's a good thing. Omega, I can't stand Lost Box 7 for biased reasons. That's fair enough. I don't really know much about it. I know where it's set. That's about it. I don't know if they muck up with the setting. But it's very possible. Quick PSA soon. The lotto rolling is bugged. Well, that's good. Also, first time seeing Noble's MP in a very long time, other than earlier. Although my brain wasn't really paying attention, so there we go. Wonderful. If you get to box 11 plus, don't roll 100 lots back to us, or the game could crash, hit return, and back out of the rolling screen between lots. So thank you for that, Zerebus. That seems like something that should be addressed. Apology quartz, anyone? No. But no, thank you for that. It's a good heads up. Nobu should be able to do this, right? Yeah, Nobu can do this. Some people play actually good games. Well, I'm sorry, Maverick, but I refuse. No, I've been trying some stuff. I've been having fun. Playing a few games. Mostly strategy games, actually. I haven't played them since I was a kid, but it's been genuinely fun to play them. My phone broke, so I transferred my account to a different phone at night, and then I woke up the next morning, that phone also broke. Oh, Tatsudo, that's terrible luck. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize it was like that. Oh, no, my fiance had a similar experience just in terms of the phone breaking, but not once, but twice. I'm so sorry. Bye, Castoria. Exactly. Not everyone can play overtime, even if you have a remote. Exactly. We have lots of things we need to do. Like, life is busy. Trust me, and it only gets busier. So, no, I completely agree, Luis. You actually don't seem supposedly set on South America. It's Mexico, actually. Ah, yes, my favorite country in South America. Mexico. Located in Central America and in the North American continent. Huh. I see. That is curious. I recently bought Unicorn Overlord. My biggest mistake was sleeping on it when it first came out. What's Unicorn Overlord? Is it that... No. Is it that French game? No. Is that it? I forget what that one's called. I feel like the name is vaguely familiar, but I can't for the life of me tell you why. I kind of want to roll story banner, guys. I want limited 4-star story servants and limited 3-star story servants, but not Gilles. What are the banners right now? Alright, Kashin Koji and Kato Danzo. I'm good. Sitanai and Miu. I'm good. Ilya and Miu. I'm good. And story, I kind of want to roll story, guys. I want to roll story. I know I shouldn't, but I want to. It's a really bad idea. I should be saving for Nobu. I absolutely should be saving for Nobu, but I really want to roll story. Okay, just one ticket, guys. Just one ticket. Okay? Just one. Okay, just one. Just one. Just one. Okay, just one. Just one. I'm sure it'll be just fine. It'll be like craft essence, and then I will be dissuaded for a very long time. See, look, it's gonna be a craft essence. See, told you guys. See, there we go. It's Elixir of Love, which ironically makes me fall out of love with the story banner. So there you go. There you go. See? We're good. We're good. One more. This is it, I promise. Ooh, there's a delay. That doesn't mean anything. Servant, come on, come on. 5-star. Okay, 3-star. Who's the limit? Jaguar. You're not Jaguar. But I like you. Because you kinda look like a more handsome version of me. So I'll take it. Okay, I'm done now. I'm done now. It's a real-time strategy RPG made by Vanillaware. Takes inspiration from Elder Battle, Fire Emblem, and the more recent Triangle Strategy. Okay, interesting. Might need to check it out. I don't have console access for the next week or so, but after that I might be able to have a look. No, it's even worse now. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that. But hey, you learn by doing. That's what I say. Yeah. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take or something. I'm just looking for an excuse. Don't worry, I didn't get Francis. I think I have her, but from something else. You know, I could just use Noble here, right? There's no reason not to use Noble here. And keep Katsu, and I guess we'll use Miu in the backline. What's her bond level like? Bond 6. Alright. We'll go with that. Now, Nita Crisolta, now that would have been nice. Even I know about her. If Scientific Accelerator, hope you're doing well, welcome. If caching is not unlimited, does that mean she could be on the free SSR ticket? Chat, what do you think? I think so, right? As far as I'm aware, all the non-limited, it depends. If she's not story locked, I'm not seeing why she wouldn't be on it. If there is a new SSR ticket, I'm not sure. I should say I've been away for a pretty long time. So I might have missed something. Okay, so JP got a new ticket. Okay. Okay, this should work out. I know it's pointless for me to do the first attack. I just want to get the burn off Nobu. I know. What am I on about? The way I do things, I'm not saving time at all. It saves some time on the burn damage. See? That's efficient thinking. You don't get a lot of that on this channel. Tatsuno, I miss these kind of streams where it's just us vibing with scene and delay between chat and scene. That's just me being an old man, Tatsuno. Just constantly playing catch-up. You see, before I would have joked about putting on my old man glasses and such, the problem is now I actually do need to put on my old man glasses to do it half the time. And now we do more than enough. The utterances as they were defeated were very odd then. But no, Tatsuno, it's good to be back as well, and it's nice to see you all. And I just leveled up, woohoo! But nice to see you all as well. Sometimes there's a restriction on SSR tickets, and they add 5-star servants up to a certain point, and servants that were released later are not in said ticket. Yes, that is true. There is sometimes a limit depending on when they were released, so it depends when the ticket's coming. But if it's only been on JP a few months ago, and this event should be, what, 2 years ago for JP, then logically it should be on there. Alright, everyone, remember, please salute Arash. We must be grateful to him forever. Bye-bye, my friend. Bye-bye. Okay, one thing about Nobu is she can just use all her skills here. And she can even form her own Buster Brave chain. How lovely. Ah, thank you, it was immense. Thank you, FGO. We must always remember Arash's sacrifice. Okay, here comes Nobu now. Almost sounded more like Pecora than Nobu, though. Alright. So, we shouldn't have to do this one too much longer. Again, I'm just trying to get enough of each resource so that I can have the craft essences to get the event bonus. And now we can work from there. I just realized I do have some Soon points I could spend later on for more dramatic readings with access. Soon points on here? I don't think we had any redemptions on YouTube, do we? Do we? I don't know. There's a chance we do, I guess. I don't remember. I thought they were all on Twitch. I thought I was safe. It's been a while since I did any of them. Yeah, if I stream on here, I'm safe. Also, if you are just joining, my name is Soon Dunes, and we are streaming some Fate Grand Order, which I have returned to after basically a 2-year hiatus, on and off. We are playing the current lottery event, which is something about a castle and something about Ilya, therefore I'm going to call it Ilya's Castle event. We are trying to get the craft essences that give us the bonuses. If you do enjoy the stream, please feel free to drop a like. It does help, and it allows the stream to be seen by more people, and the algorithm thing in the sky promotes it more. And also, if you enjoy the channel, feel free to subscribe, and I should hopefully be putting out more videos, and I know I say that a lot. This time, I mean it. I mean it. Why do I feel a bunch of doubtful eyes looking at me? Yeah, on Twitch, yeah. Kana had a recent buff in JP, right? So would it be a good investment to get him on NA? I find him really fun when I test him out from the support list. So the thing is, do you mind if I call you Accelerator? Or Scientific, whichever name you prefer. The thing about, I always think you just go with who you enjoy using, either because you like them as a character or you enjoy their gameplay style. So for example, there's some characters I just really like how they play, even if they're not necessarily optimal. And so then I structure my strategies around that. Generally, though, any servant who does receive a buff is solid. I'm not really the person to speak to on that. Just as I said, I have been on hiatus. I'm sort of 2 years, 3 years even behind, if I'm to be honest. And in terms of JP, I'd be almost 4 years behind now. But chat, if you could help out, what do you guys think of Kana's buff? How has he been buffed? What's the buff to? I know, is it his battery? I know his battery has always been pretty low. Or is it his buster skill? Where has he been buffed? And would you guys see him now as a viable servant, I guess? Omega says he is fine. I don't see it as enough to invest. What is the buff precisely? Actually, let me see if I can look it up. Alright, I'm just on Kana's page, so the NPC hasn't changed. Okay, so, he had a battery buff at some point. I'm assuming you're not referring to that, though, because there's a more recent one by the looks of it. So that increased the battery from 25 to 30. Really? You couldn't give him 50? Okay. Star Gen goes up, is doubled. Crit rate up 10% at max, and he gains 40 stars. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. I can't laugh at that. That's pretty solid. But it's the second skill, I'm guessing. Flash. So it was Mana Burst. That was his Buster buff. Now it's a Quick and Buster and an NP damage buff. Okay, that makes it more solid. Quick, though. I know he has the Riding passive and stuff, but is there any reason why you would want a Kana? What's that doing for him, that Quick buff? His deck load, that I'm assuming is Buster, Buster, Quick, Quick Arts. Yeah, it is. I guess, I mean, he's generating... the star generation is largely coming from that skill, though. I'm not seeing what the, what it's really doing for him, I guess. But it's not a terrible buff, I suppose. Maybe I'm off. I'm so far behind in the meta. Maybe that is a terrible buff by today's standards. I'm not sure. What will be my rolling plans for the foreseeable future? I'm not sure. Probably content, as the YouTubers say. That's a little unusual, maybe. I probably won't be covering the story or the newest, hottest 5 stars. That's never been really my thing. If you want to know, the video I was actually thinking of doing is on a 3-star servant that probably has absolutely no role at all in terms of the meta. So, it's more just as an analysis, really. But it's someone who I think new players could look at, if only for name recognition, and to see, oh, maybe there's someone you can use. And it's just someone who isn't talked about much. Again, I don't know how much of a role they really serve in modern FGO, but I'll just put it this way. They're of a certain class that tends to have pretty bad luck, and there aren't many wave clearers in that class. Or not wave clearers, that makes you sound like you can farm entire waves. But there aren't any sort of single wave clearers in the lower rarities. So I think they could be an interesting buster option, an offensive option for some early in the game, and I mean very early, but only from a wave clearing perspective. That's probably a lot of information that doesn't say too much. Invest in who you want to have fun with has always been my way. I agree, Efidel. That's how I approach it. I have a level 120 Older Noble Tatsu on JP. There are very few servants who get less utility. He doesn't have Mana Burst anymore. Yeah, 3-turn Buster and Quick. Yeah, Tatsu, I'm the same as you. Honestly, we're at the same place. Omega, he has power in all waves. Oh, nice. Nice. That's true, Luis. In fact, you can pair it with Dragon's Meridian, the 3-star CE, and still achieve it. 1-star superstars when? I know, Sasaki Kojiro. You know, I did actually think of a 1-star superstar or a bronze star superstar, but I feel like, I don't know, that's probably been done already. I sort of felt, maybe I'm taking this X-star superstars a little bit too much. I'm taking it a bit too far. But I don't know, I think he's probably worth a video. I did a video on Matahari. I mean, as it's not truthful, will be a surprise. 100 Persona. Ah, I've already done a video on them. Long time ago. No, I see. I was wondering if anyone might guess the assassin class. It's not an assassin servant. It's a class that, if anything, has even worse luck. Samantha, last time you streamed, you wanted to stream, wanted to do some videos about different games. I still do. It's really just a case of access. So right now, the living situation I have, it makes it a bit difficult to access consoles and recordings for that. And as much as I'm sure video essayists are captivating in their own right, I'm not sure you want to see a Soon Dunes video essay. Though it probably fits my style better, I'm not sure it's necessarily what people want to see. So, I don't know. Could be interesting, could be interesting. Pretty sure the top 1 stars are actually more famous than the 3 stars. Oh, certainly, Maverick. Kojiro alone, I think, clears the vast majority of them. Alright, we're just going to take a very quick silent break. I'm still here, but I'm just going to put myself on mute very briefly. Hello, and we're back! Not sure if you can hear, but we are back. Efidel, I think, has a good idea. Yes, that it may indeed be that luckiest of classes. But still a luck. Maybe, I see what you mean, Tatsu. I actually understand what you're coming from, but no, Efidel has the answer. It could be a Lancer class servant, I'll just put it that way. And not one that people often talk about, with good reason. There's not much to say necessarily, and it's not a servant that many people use, but from a new player's perspective, I can sort of see an argument for them, and I really want to explore that. I want to look at the servants who I feel don't often get a light shone on them. It matches Accelerator. It certainly matches them pretty perfectly, I will say. Also, we did finally get our first bloody thing. Our first craft essence. That's a good start. Now we want to focus on trying to get the rest. So we're going to try and do the bronze one next, I think. Try and rack up some bronze currency here. For that, we will need... I mean, we can keep Nobu in, to be honest. I don't see any reason to change. But what we also will do is try and use some event CEs. And I think that I forgot to pick it up, didn't I? Yes, you did, Sue. Yes, you did. You forgot how to play this game because you are old and have not played for a while. This is Britomar, right? Britomar? I'm probably saying that wrong. I'm British. We say everything wrong. It's a stain on our national honour, and yet we do it. So, my welcome to a stream. How are you? Yes, this is that the infamous FGO order. Fate Grand Order. I'm just farming for some craft essences, and I'm pretending to vaguely know what I'm doing after all this time. Sadly, I don't think I'm fooling anyone. Honestly, I'm lazy. I'm going to keep this strategy up. Also, we don't really need this, so let's level up something, shall we? What's this? Let's do this one. Why not? I wasn't really playing when it came out. I'd already stopped playing when this one came on, so... Alright, everyone, make sure you salute for a rush. You know the rules. You gotta use clairvoyance to get that extra star. A very nerfed Brito, yes. Oh, why nerfed? Fate to order, make this... we need to play the hit smash game, Fate Go Order. Also, it sounds like I'm giving an instruction. Fate, go order! Jordan, Jordan, welcome to the stream. How are you? Hello. Fate goes order because nobody uses men servants anymore. I'll have you know, we just used a rush. I remember though, there was that tower event a while back where sometimes you could only use male servants, and I remember the community outcry in certain places. We have to use male servants now? It was very funny, as someone who used to level up everyone. Very funny indeed. Excited for OC4. Is that what they're up to? Jordan, I should say I'm pretty far behind. I'm still playing catch up. But OC4. Wow. I am really behind now. Fate, go, order! Arjuna Altar, yes. Arjuna Altar should always be the exception. And I guess the fact that I have my servant on JP that's level 120 is a male, and the fact Zemensk has Asterius level 120 is also an exception to the rule. Good on you, Tatsudo. Good on you. Ooh, ha, 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 ha. I can't quite nail the laugh. I'm either sounding like I'm trying to sound deep, or I'm sounding like Pecora. Like a bastardized Pecora. I can't really win. Speaking of which, we're up to 167 bronze currency. We need to get one more, and then we'll complete that. Look for her art, and if you can, for a cutscene in the Tamlin Cup. What's the Tamlin Cup? That's an event, isn't it? And you'll get why she has been nerfed on that CE. Is she meant to be, like, debuffed or something? Like, she's been captured, or... Like, is there, like, some sort of magical limiter? That's how they tend to do, like, nerfs here, isn't it? It's like, oh, their magic's being blocked by something, or, like, I don't have access to my full power because part of my spirit origin is missing. John, yeah, I liked, I thought it was okay. I get what people say when they meant it didn't feel like WrestleMania, but I liked it overall. I thought there were some standouts. I thought the Intercontinental Championship match was my favorite, but I'll be honest, I think it's always my favorite these days. I actually enjoyed the Jade Cargill Naomi match. I thought that was pretty good. Yeah, overall I thought it was okay. Again, I think it could have been better. I think there were some head-scratching decisions on there. And as someone who doesn't really follow pop culture, I'm assuming Travis Scott must be an A-list star on the level of, like, a Brad Pitt, or a George Clooney, or a Denzel Washington, or a, like, those A-listers. Because the amount of stuff he's getting, right? Nobody uses male sense. I think we've got Oberon, Miramaster, Arjun, Alta, and maybe Kuhalin. Accelerator, I think we've, not just that, quite a few others as well. Quite a few others. Oh, mate, actually that scene made me roll for her. Huh. Okay, I'll have to look it up. Don't forget Guild, of course, Guildy. How could we forget? Her assets. Who's that? I feel like I've misunderstood something here. Though, I had a pretty fun with Mania as a whole. Really only disliked AJ's match. Honestly, Karrion Kross was doing some heavy lifting there. The guy in question who's in it, of course. We can touch on that as well. But Karrion Kross is doing heavy lifting. And I know fans of the other promotion, AEW, do not like people like Karrion Kross. Because my problem... Okay, I'm going to go on a very mini wrestling rant. Very mini. Very, very short, I promise. My problem with most fans of AEW, by which I mean the hardcore fans, is they've equated good in-ring technical wrestling with being a good pro wrestler, when it is in fact just merely one of many qualities you require to be a good professional wrestler. Professional wrestling has always involved things like promos, entrances, outfits, in-ring psychology, out-of-ring psychology, crowd engagement. all of those things, which I just think lots of people in AEW aren't especially good at. I won't name any names in particular, but I do feel that's often ignored when saying who's a good professional wrestler. So to me, they say, Karrion Kross, he's not a good wrestler. Yes, he is a very good professional wrestler. Kenny Omega, a very good professional wrestler. Their skill sets are in different areas. And that's why I always think that at a time when we should be embracing different styles as well, and different forms of wrestling and different qualities, I find it very weird that the ones who should be arguing for that most tend to be the ones who shut it down. You see it with Joe Hendry the most, who I think is fantastic. Like a perfect professional wrestler, gets it entirely. Even if in ring, it might not be the best thing in the world, that's not what he is. And he's solid enough to put on a good match. We've seen that with him wrestling to an angle. Okay, enough wrestling rant. Sorry, I just had to go on that. I will say this, me sleeping, so I think soon will become my sleeping ASMR. You see, I've always viewed myself as an anti-ASMR Tatsudo, so I'm actually rather flattered. I won't go into it too much, but I have a family member who actually does ASMR videos for a living and is very successful. Has a channel several times bigger than mine, I'll put it that way. I've always viewed myself as the counterweight to that, the anti-ASMR of the world. Ooh! I love command code art. I don't use command codes, because I'm lazy, but I love command code art. Pygmalion Chisel Out, and Comrade of the Snow Child. Same, I liked it. Main event was rough, but I'm glad for seeing it. Yeah, Jordan, that's my view. That's my view. Not how I would have done it, but I'm happy we got to where we needed to go. Even if the final boss was making things very confusing because he's no longer the final boss. I'm not really sure. Let's try Ranmaru. I haven't used Ranmaru in, years, technically. This may be a disaster. I don't remember if this works with Ranmaru or not, but we will find out, everyone. And what is life, if not something for exploration? Nobu is not really going to be doing much here, though. So we'll put that. And we should probably swap Nobu out as much as I'd love to keep them in. We'll put Citanai here to get some bond points. I don't think this is going to work, is it? Let's give it a shot. I love what Karrion's been doing. I really hope he starts getting more TV time. I agree. I really hope so. And I think they're finally heading in that direction. He had that phenomenal promo after WrestleMania. Although they haven't really done anything with that yet. I don't know if I have confidence in them at the moment, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, the presentation matters a lot. Definitely, definitely. MJF and Ospreay have peaked. I'm not a fan of Kenny. Kenny Omega has grown on me. I did not like him when I first watched it. Sorry, I shouldn't say I didn't like him. He just wasn't for me. Whereas MJF was much more natural. Ospreay, his promos annoy the hell out of me. But I had the opportunity to actually watch a New Japan show out here in Australia when it came out several years ago. And Ospreay was in the main event. And even my fiance, who back then didn't watch wrestling at all, now I've got her to watch. But back then, she didn't watch at all. She was impressed with him. So he's someone who has that cross-fan appeal that I think many others just don't. And I brought the wrong Mystic Code. Oh well! This did nothing. So he definitely has that appeal. MJF, I think, is just really good. I think MJF is interesting. I have these thoughts that there's some people who are just in the wrong company, right? Where they would do better in the other company. So Ricochet was like exhibit A of someone who in WWE, his skill set just isn't what they're looking for. But in AEW would excel. If there's anyone in AEW who would have that, it might be MJF, where he's probably underappreciated at this stage in AEW. But in WWE, he'd be very much more appreciated. And, there's several examples in both companies. But obviously there's more things than skill set. It's personal relationships, it's lifestyle, it's life relationship. There's a lot of things that go into what's the suitable and right job for you. So I'm not saying, this should definitely go there. But you certainly see in terms of skill set who fits where. I know Tenyo made it just to Street Fighter. Yeah, no, he's very involved in that. There's actually another wrestler involved in Street Fighter as well. I believe a wrestler called Zelina Vega in the WWE. If I'm not mistaken, does the tutorial voices for one of the characters. I think. Oh, we've got some love for Ranmaru in the chat. It's good to see. Seems is basically chaotic. I don't know if chaotic is quite the right word, or scatterbrained. I think chaotic is almost doing me a service. Accelerator. If you have Otita Soji, you can have it. I see. I see Accelerator. I'm actually a fan of Otita as well. In fact, secretly, I actually liked Otita first. Nobu's design I preferred, but I liked Otita as a personality first, and I do still like Otita a lot. I have her NP5. She is someone that when I have the Grails, because I don't have Grails, too many Grails at the moment, when I do have the Grails, I am planning to get to 120 if I can. It's going to be an uphill challenge, though. I think I messed up again, guys. Hopefully this works. Oh, on the most recent SmackDown, they had a really fun triple threat tag TLC match. Yes, the guys who are left off the show. I'm always a bit torn when it comes to the SmackDown tag team division because I'm very low on DIY. I'm sorry, they're just not for me. But Motor City Machine Guns are obviously legends. I actually think I went to watch them in a show almost 20 years ago. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. And then I think the Street Profits are fantastic, both of them. You know, people often praise Montez Ford, and rightly so, but Angelo Dawkins is an underrated talent. So it's good to see him sort of starting to get his flowers a bit now. Oh, get his flowers. I'm starting to talk like they do in wrestling now. Everyone's talking about bloody flowers all the time. But no, it's been good to see. And it was a hell of a match. I have hope, to be honest, they didn't even show Carrion's promo on Raw. Only the hardcore audience knows about it. I know. That confused me. I swear I was going to see it on there. And I don't understand why you wouldn't. At a time as well when, in terms of character work, they're maybe not at their strongest right now. I feel like he's someone who just has that in spades. He just gets it. He's really fun to watch. So you're not gonna lie, I use the anti-ASMR video as ASMR. Tatsudo, that is mental training, I will admit. That is mental training of a dangerous sort, and I applaud you, but also have serious questions. But congratulations, I guess it's in order. Because, my word, that is a painful listen. If Oda doesn't come this year, I'll crash out for real. I mean, I'd be very surprised, right? How many more years can they sort of stretch that out? I have to assume she's one of the next ones. So, alright, on the topic of ASMR, you ever see those ones where halfway through it's normal till everyone just tells it like your girlfriend putting you to sleep with a frying pan? I'll admit, I don't actually watch ASMR. As I say, I have a relative who does it. I've never really watched it much. The closest I've honestly come to ASMR is watching Darman videos. I know that's not ASMR, but honestly in my head, for some reason, they're mentally in the same stratosphere. And even then, that was often unwilling, so... I like those funny ASMRs. The Walter White was something. A Walter White ASMR. I don't think I can even begin to imagine that. Dunes, you're not on Insta, right? I'm not technically on Insta. I have an Instagram account. You can probably... you might find my username on there. I've never logged in. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if someone else has gone in and used it by now. That seems to happen with every account I make. But I've never used it, but I think I might have one. In terms of... is this the gold one? I've just done it, I've forgotten already. In terms of Twitter, I do have a Twitter. I warn you, I do sometimes get political on there because my background was in politics. I'm not political anymore, but sometimes opinions accidentally leave my mouth. So just as a heads up. So if you don't want to see that, don't worry and stay way clear of me. But if you don't really care about that, you'll mostly just see me talking about Nobu, probably. I admit, I don't have a great variety on there. I'm kind of anti-Twitter because my view is majority opinions on Twitter are often insanity. Like, you'll see either a quote-unquote fact or a take get like 100,000 retweets and likes, and it's just totally wrong. Like, just completely wrong. Just made up. The person made it up. But because it fits what people think, it just gains traction. Like, it's nuts to me that such a platform can exist. But at the same time, I guess that's the beauty of democracy. Dolman Muramasa music video. That sounds like a cursed search, but welcome Mario Store. I hope you're doing well. I wonder if anyone has ever used those words to describe Walter White's voice before Accelerator. I'm not sure even Bryan Cranston would use those words to describe his own voice. I just go to Twitter for art. Good idea, Tat, still, and that's why I often try and do that. Trying to filter out the insanity and just look at the pretty art. Like, there's quite a few artists I like on there. Sadly, some of them are often end up locking their accounts. I follow them already so I can see it, but I know why, artists sometimes do that, and they have various reasons for doing it. But I always enjoy seeing the work there, because it's, especially if you like some more niche characters, shall we say, it's often a rare chance to actually get to see it. Fate go order McDonald's. Don't need to tell me twice. I admit, I am a large man. Ordering McDonald's is kind of second nature to me. Today so. What does that mean? So good artists only on Twitter? Very true. Very true. I have nothing but respect for artists. Nothing but respect for artists. I think they work so hard, they produce such incredible work. And it's such a difficult process. I mean, you'll see my butchered attempts at art in the past. I just have so much respect for the time and efforts they put into their work. And, I think kudos, as they say, kudos. Which doesn't sound like enough, but honestly, I do think it's utterly amazing what they do. Absolutely amazing. I think this is... Yeah, very weird place with really horrible takes. Yes, 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 very weird place indeed. Especially when it's about places like you've lived and been and the person obviously hasn't been. And you go, no, that's just not right. But people often stereotype based off groups there, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff wrong with Twitter. A lot wrong with Twitter. I think it's fair to say it is an utter hell site. I'm more than happy to crap on Twitter from a tremendous height. I don't know what that means, Accelerator. So especially the super detailed art. Yes! The level of detail and care they put into their work, it's so amazing. I wish, if they produced merchandise themselves, I would get it. It's tremendous stuff. And especially when it's a character that you like who maybe doesn't get much in the way of the official stuff, or the stories they tell. For me, it's similar to I like wrestling. It's about storytelling, and their artwork tells so much story. Even in a still picture, you can just tell a whole story. And I think it's amazing. Did I see Plushy Mistress, assumingly, getting mad because Lysandre threatened to sue people? Yes, I did see that. And it is annoying. It is annoying. It's a very antiquated style of thinking they have at Lysandre. It's not surprising. We have seen it from another certain Japanese company that people tend to like and defend, I would say. You may know who I am talking about. Mr. Mario. It's not surprising. Not only does FGO not help promote FGO tubers, which in turn help the game, but they hinder it also. I mean, the thing about Fate Grand Order, and look, I'm a tiny FGO YouTuber, right? I have a very small channel. But even I can see that there's absolutely no support or interaction or desire for the community from the developers, and that's fine. That's fine. That's one way to take it. I think it's in terms of the international fan base, I'm surprised the American global office, as it were, doesn't do more to interact with people like Mist, for example. I think that would be an excellent opportunity to see someone like Albert. I'm assuming Albert's still there. I haven't watched in years. But I think that would be a very smart thing for them to do. But at the same time, I get it. But it's a very antiquated way of thinking. I do listen to FGO art accounts. Cough off that one Ushi artist, though. Not quite sure who you're on about. There are some very good Ushi Wakamaru artists, so I've seen, like, there was one, like, 8-boat, was it the 8-boat leap? Leave the multi-billionaire company alone. I know, I should leave them alone. The Uwu billion-dollar company. Look, I'm not a communist, okay? I think people know I'm not a communist. Yeah, I think we don't need to cape for these billion-dollar companies all the time. Look, if they haven't done anything wrong, yeah, whatever. But when they're doing stuff that's a bit, we can call them out for it. Alright, guys, I'm going to be gone just for a minute. I'll be back in one moment. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? I think you can hear me. And what should have happened, if I'm correct, is the microphone quality should have gone down by approximately 99%. Does that sound about right? Okay, you can hear me, that's good. It's gonna be a little harder to hear me for a bit. So, what you might have missed, so the genius that I am, I didn't realize my Mac, which is how I stream this basically, doesn't have a very long battery life, and was on 2%! So the stream would have just stopped. But we saved it, And by we, I mean largely my fiance, who was the one who actually saved it. Now they do stuff with Gigat instead. I'm going to give a controversial opinion here. I like Gigat. I will confess, I never watched his Fate video, because I was like, I know the series decently enough, I don't need to watch it. But I do like Gigat as a creator outside of that, so I just assume I like him. I will ignore the video if it's causing such consternation. They tried something with Pecora, I guess, but it's over now. I mean, they're still making this video with her, are they not? Or has that already come out? Honestly, I'm so far behind. They might have done that years ago, for all I know. It sounds the same. It did not. I think you're a bit louder. Ooh, sorry. I actually thought I'd get quieter. Is it better if I'm louder? You get to hear more of my voice. You poor, poor things. Okay, let's try and set this one up. Yeah, this should be alright. Woo! Sorry. Ooh. Pecora Shield, yeah, that's what I thought. I thought they were still making that. Are they not making that anymore? Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not. That was last year. Oh gosh, I am behind. I'm a fossil. Again. Alright, here comes Ranmaru. Getting good use out of Ranmaru here. Glad to use her. I wasn't fond of her at first, but she grew on me a lot. Also, if you are just joining, my name is Toon Dunes. I play all sorts of games, but mostly Fate Grand Order, and I've just come back after a bit of a hiatus, so I'm learning as much as anyone. I hope you're doing well. If you enjoy the stream, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe. It does help the channel, and it helps the stream, helps others see the stream in that ghastly YouTube algorithm, that weird space somewhere in the ether which none of us quite understand, except Mr. Beast. But nowadays, I don't think he quite has the reputation he once did. Osama, welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well. Moonmaid graduation, I'm crying. There's been a lot of graduations from Hololive lately. I admit, I mostly watch clips on the JP side, so I don't watch the EN side so much. Just sort of the styles, I guess there's some on JP that I prefer. But yeah, there's been a lot of graduations on the EN side. I like how Fate Go Order collabs with Fate, it's so meta. I know! Fate Go Order's primary collab was with Fate Go Order. Which, there's something almost adorable about that, isn't there? Okay, I need to do it one more time. Messed up there. I think you're quiet out on my end. Oh, can you hear me now? Hope you can all still hear me.
Oh, wait, let me check.
Just see if, I don't know if the sound is still good. Also, we need to check Ranmaru's bond. Alright, getting there. I loved her and her do the chapter. Yeah, she was nice. The thing about that, maybe it's a controversial opinion, is that I felt she wasn't that important. I felt she wasn't there that much. I felt she could have been there more. Ah, no worries, Elise. Thanks for dropping by. It was good to see you, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you very much. It was good. Hey, it was good to see you. Oh, you can hear me in the background. Just testing the volume. Alright, that's enough. Please. Honest to mercy, hearing my voice. How do you guys put up with it? Holy smokes.
ASMR Dunes. ASMR Dunes.
Absolutely not ASMR Dunes. Anti-ASMR. My voice is akin to nails on a chalkboard. Except you don't even need the bloody chalkboard. Fate Go Order X Fate Go Order Arcade. It's something. You know, I actually really like FGO Arcade. I have to admit. Sorry, Fate Go Arcade. Apologies. Fate Go Order Arcade, even. I actually really liked it when I played it. I'll admit, it was the one thing that was keeping me in the game, because even then I'd stopped playing for a while, and that was 18 months ago I was doing it. But, I actually really liked it. That's true. She was very much, I feel, a side character, which I felt there was more potential for her to do more, personally. So it was a bit of a surprise. But also, the thing is, Ryoma was there, so my attention was kind of elsewhere anyway, and Izo was there, so my attention was elsewhere. You know, put two of my top 5 in prominent roles. Normally it's Okita and Nobu, but you put them there, I'm probably going to be distracted. Yeah, Silma, that's the thing. I do wish there was more ways to play. I still have all my cards from when I played, but it was really fun. Like, genuinely, it was the most fun I'd had for a long time with any Fate media, and I really wish I could go back. I probably will never go back to play it now, but it was really fun. I am a bit sad that I won't be able to play it again. But I also don't know how much longer it's going to be around for. Because they already announced, years ago that they weren't introducing any new characters. So I'm not sure where they go next with that, to be honest. Alright, we got all of the things from the store, which means I think we can focus on the ones that give the most points. Normally that's either the top one or the one before, depending on how sort of fortunate you are. Honestly, I'm okay leaving those boxes for now. Tyrese, welcome to the stream. How are you? It's been a while, my friends. How are you? We're just trying to do some farming. Very much the slowly but surely method. Oh, bugger. Oh, fate sad order. Oh. No, but it's, I admit, I'm very grateful I had the chance to play it. Funny enough, it actually was, I really did enjoy it. But I love the arcades out there. It actually wasn't my favourite arcade game. It was probably my third. There was like a strategy game that mixed old sort of historical generals from Chinese and Japanese history, and sort of did a strategy one. That was very fun. Then there were a few rhythm games I found very fun. Back when we were younger, my fiance sort of got me into rhythm games, so I've always found them quite fun. And they're cute, so I actually enjoyed that. But also, I also enjoyed FGO Arcade as well. Ariosto, this is a family stream. Recently, I've been getting a lot of commissions, so I'm great. Good job, Tyrese. I'm very happy to hear that. It was only a matter of time. Congratulations, you deserve it. You really do. Have you ever tried out Fate Samurai Remnant? You know what? I have it. I still haven't played it. I do need to. I do need to. Can I use Retro? What battery does this give? 30%. I definitely haven't appended her at all. Let's be very lazy. I like being lazy. You guys think FGO will end? Then I don't know. I mean, the way it's going, it's kind of like they want to continue it through a spiritual successor. I don't know. That's just kind of the vibes I get from it. Maybe I'm completely off, but that's certainly the vibes I got. I really never level up my craft essences. I don't blame you, Sealmai. I actually find creating craft essence bombs, as it were, the things to actually upgrade them, a bloody pain in the ass. Very time consuming, so I often don't level them up either. Samurai Remnant 3, maybe. Once, it's going to be a while away. The PlayStation's currently in a box somewhere. I moved recently, and it's a bit of a fluid situation, shall we say. But maybe once everything's back up and running, I think that's something we could do. Although I don't know, are there going to be blocks? I know some Type Moon stuff and stuff like that can sometimes get blocked, like in cutscenes, so I have no idea. Alright, here we go with some more Ryoma. Haven't been able to see much Ryoma. I actually rolled him while I was in Japan as well, which is pretty cool. Okay, so on to the final wave now. Let's bring in the other Castoria. This shouldn't be too hard. Use the hell out of all of Richard's skills. Just put that in just for the hell of it. We'll stun the Heroine X Alter there. I admit I haven't. Oh wait, was it Anti-Dragon? Oh well, whatever. I don't know if I have that X Alter because I know I have her on JP. I actually don't know if I have her on NA. You know, I'm actually not sure. All right, here we go. This should end this. So speaking of this event, it is a lottery event. How is everyone doing bots-wise, by the way? Because obviously I haven't started yet. Now, when I first started doing lottery events, I would occasionally get up to 100 boxes and such, right? How is everyone else doing? Because I often, confession time, I sometimes would then get stuck at like 20 or 30 and plateau by the time I hit 40, honestly. And there's been a few events, even before I quit 2 years ago, where I was still only getting about 40 boxes. So, one box, that's one more than me. That's one more than me. I heard the Oreos and... Oh, wow. Really? Do we need to verify that historically? Thoughts on Summer Irash? No idea, Silmai. I vaguely knew there was a Summer Irash. I'd need to have a look. I'm years behind still. So like the JP, if it's a JP7 from the past 3 years, I'm probably behind. I was never really calling for a Summer Irash, but I guess it's nice for her fans that she got thing. I like Irash. She's someone I always wanted to get in the roles. But who I was never able to, rather annoyingly. So 10 boxes, but I have at least 2 Lotto CEs. Wow, Kesuke, that's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. How are you feeling about giving them? How do you feel about them giving us all 3 servants again? I like it. That's why I'm back. That's why I'm back, Tyrese. Because they gave Nobu. That's the main reason I'm here. I do need to level her up. In fact, part of the reason I'm doing the boxes is to get the embers to level her up. I know I could just do the quests, the mission ground quests to get 5-star embers. But, you know, you kind of want to get other stuff too. So, I'm sure there's useful stuff here. I'm at 16 or so, which is more than I've done in years. I might end up doing 50 since this event started at a good time for me. Nice, Effidel. I mean, yeah, for the past 2 and a bit years, the most I've done, I think, was 12. So I think before that, I was averaging about 30 to 40, and it was right at the start, I was hitting like 50 to 80. You know, I was like proud of myself. Oh, that's pretty good. And then you see people on social media going, I got 250. And it's like, how on earth do you farm that much? You've been waiting for Santa Soldier as well. She's a popular one. She's certainly a popular one. And because she's just so old as a servant. Any red faces peak. Hey, we see a lot of her for a reason. Summer Arash's meter thing has a lot, not gonna lie. What's a meter thing? Does she have like a special, what's the word, like gameplay mechanic? Maybe filling a meter to achieve something? That was only when I first started playing, so mine has been stuck at level 60 for all this time. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. So for me, and I think I've told you guys this years ago, I started playing on the rerun of Summer 1, like right at the end of the rerun. And I saw something that say, oh, the character only joins temporarily, you don't get to keep them. Right? So I just thought, well, what's the point? Well, of course, the point is you actually get to keep them. But instead, I didn't get Summer Star for several years. In doing so, I constrained myself massively. Because what happened? Well, I didn't roll that many 4-stars. And definitely not 5-stars at the start. It took me several months to get a 5-star. And in terms of 4-stars, my offensive output to begin with was Chevalier Deon, Nita Chris Assassin, and finally then Beowulf, who did provide a bit of a punch, but given my strategical nous at the time made Marsu look like Jude Leon, I was, there's a Dynasty Warriors reference, or Romance of the Three Kingdoms for the more educated, as they say. I was a moron. In fact, I actually recorded some of my early battles playing FGO, sorry, Fate's Go Order, and I have to ask, what the hell was I doing? Genuinely now. I was looking at some of the stuff I was doing, and I'm like, what the hell am I trying to achieve here? Like, none of what I was doing made sense. I often forgot to use skills, because here's the thing. I got skills... I used skills, but at the wrong time. I didn't use master skills because I got them confused with command seals, because I didn't know anything about Fate coming in. So I thought, oh, if you use the master skills, that means you can't use them for several days. Oh, well, maybe I want to save them. Obviously not. And so I made the first fight against Jean Alter Ruler, as stupid as that sounds, from Orléans, I made that look akin to like a final boss fight, quite honestly. Never mind the fact I deem Chevalier d'Eon as the prime offensive weapon, which I still do deep down, but not exactly a genius. I'm assuming about Arreshdale Summer being fun and cutesy to use. Okay, I'll have to check out to see sort of what she has then. Sacrifice are huge, if you know what I mean. Yes, I've heard BB has a new release as well. Again, most of this I just see on social media, so I could be completely off, because you're never sure what's a fan servant and what's an actual servant. But it seems BB and the Sacrifice in general have had quite a lot going on. Zoroark has a special gauge, basically means it makes him more powerful the more you level the gauge up. Interesting. I can see that, which is why I've been Insta-only as a FGO account that shows bad civilization. Look, if I can get on Instagram, I'll have a look. But it is bad civilization. It took me to London to realise that the scale buttons were even there, and it took me about 2 weeks to get there, because I only focused on the story and didn't even know that the child date existed. Keste, try 2 months. I was very slow. I always take games slowly anyway, so I was only playing a bit, but I was still slow as hell. So I was facing Wyverns for a very long time. I actually took a bit of a break, I think. I logged in every day for the first 3 years I played. But I took a bit of a break when I reached London, because I just found the story a bit painful, quite honestly. But yeah, I was not exactly a smart player. An Altura fan, yes. Is she still prominent? I don't know. I don't know who they sort of push as sort of the leads anymore. That's weird. I swear they normally do one where you just get, like, the lottery currency. Do they not give those anymore? Oh, is it this one? Oh, so it is. It's this one. I don't like this one, though. I don't like having Hozowinner. He's a pain in the ass. Let's try and make this work. I forgot to mention, I'm actually posting a commission of Artoria versus Arjuna in a few minutes. Ooh, I'm looking forward to that, Tyrese. I'll check it out as soon as the stream's over. If you want to share it here as well, you can. I don't know how the links things work. I don't think it blocks links. If it does, tell me and I'll post it myself. And we can share that on the community page as well. Then Moon... I see. Sorry, I see. Yes, Yomai, it's very annoying. Back in the day, it was Evil Bones. I remember that were just an utter pain in the arse. I guess it's something that we've moved on from them, at least. Musashi Bobinki. If I can avoid bringing you, I will. Let's bring Kuchalen. Since I don't think I'm ever going to get to that Bond 11 the way I'm going. See how this goes. Ah, yes, those white cubes. I completely forgot about them, actually. I might need to make use of them the way I'm going. Ah, good. The Lost Ray has evil bones. Even if I don't need them anymore, there's something reassuring about seeing them come in. It's almost like an old foe. Sort of a nice tip of the cap. Starling, welcome to a stream. I hope you're well. Good luck. I think I need it. Benkei. That is basically how I feel. Benkei. And no, may I just say, the Lancer I may be making a video about soon is not Benkei. You guys are lucky. I actually originally had a script out. And I think I've talked about this briefly on stream. Which was essentially a recreation of a Law and Order episode. If you guys know the American TV show Law and Order, right? And it was basically structured around the Phantom of the Opera and Benkei. No, I don't know what the hell I was writing either. And it was like a two-parter. And it'd be like 30 to 40 minutes total. And it had the characters cast in different roles and everything. You guys were lucky. You dodged the missile there. A Reshkel Beast literally turns your GF to wife based on her meter. Well, that's something, I suppose. Benkei memes. It's like, Bankai. No, not Bankai. There is no one who would have Benkei as their Bankai. Although I think, actually, Benkei literally might inspire and be related to certain Bankai. But this, not this Benkei. Hitachi Bankai-san. An old foe. Gosh. It's definitely not Tensa Zangetsu. I remember your video, Tyrese. Nobu always looks good. Speaking of which, hopefully this is enough to take them down. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, wow, that's more than enough. What on earth was I worried about? Stupid Soon. Almost Ranmaru out here handily beating Nobu almost makes me slightly uncomfortable. What I love the most about the welfare evocation stuff is that they buff some of the welfares that come out on those campaigns, such as Nobu. Yes, I am a big fan of that also. It's nice to see. Getsura Tansho! Here, Zabimari! There you go, you get my inner Bleach nerd to come out. Bleach was like the first... I think it wasn't the first anime I watched, but it might be the first anime I watched fully. I actually came to anime very late in my life. But, you know, obviously I watched Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid. But none of us knew it was an anime. We had no conception of what anime was back then. You just knew it was on, what, Cartoon Network or Toonami or whatever, right? And then I kind of want to watch it growing up. But I know I always felt I wasn't allowed for some reason. Like, oh, I shouldn't. And I don't know why. But then I got with my partner, the mysterious lady. And then I was willing to watch. And, you know, first I watched Sword Art Online, because that was what was big at the time. And look, I'm going to tell you this, and it's not a popular opinion. I think the first arc of SAO is completely fine. I'm not saying it's masterpiece theatre. I'm not saying we've got, you know, Orson Welles directing here. But I think it's fine. When they started becoming, they're like fairies or pixies or something, then I'm kind of, okay, I don't really see what the point of this is, and I was a bit confused why it kept going. I didn't really understand the concept at the time. I thought, well, the series is over. Why are we just doing the same thing again? And I stopped watching after a few episodes. But I don't think the first one was that bad. After that, then, I watched Bleach, and I watched the whole thing through, watched it in 3 weeks, which was not a good idea, by the way. Didn't sleep much. Don't advise it. But it was fun, even if my opinion of the Thousand War Blood War arc may be slightly controversial, and I actually did not enjoy reading it much. I thought it started off alright, and I think there were highlights. There's certain fights I think everyone thinks is a highlight. I thought it was a highlight. But as a whole, I thought the art was very messy. I thought it got very confused in the second half. It was kind of all over the place. The way the certain enemies were defeated was very unsatisfying. I think certain revelations weren't satisfying. Now, I haven't seen the anime, so I know they did make some changes. And I know that Kubo didn't want it all to be this way, and it was partly because he was being rushed. But I wasn't satisfied with the Thousand Year Blood War art when it came out. Insha reminds me of how scary he was during Shimosa. Yeah, I mean, we got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got it. There we go. The CE. And there we go, we now have 5 of them. Perfect. I'm too cowardly to use it because I'm not starting with a 30% battery because I am a coward. But we got it, and that's what matters. And I will try and do that soon. But no, Inshin was, and I always like seeing Inshin. I feel he's underutilized as a character. I know he's not flashy, I know... Oh, but I did not mean to press whatever I pressed there. I know he doesn't have the waifu factor, but I always enjoy seeing him. I miss your professional voice acting scene. Very professional, I'm sure. We brought Merlin. Fantastic. That's exactly what I wanted. Yes. Oh, bugger. That is... Okay. Alright. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. I didn't mean to press that. But yes, my professional voice acting. You know, I did once do a voice acting gig. About 15 years ago, though. Invocation is great, but a permanent event, play feature like Art Nights would be better. I want to replay the Kintoti Rider event. Yes, I missed that the first time. So, I agree, that would be better. That would be better. I don't know, though. We just have to hope, I guess. Speaking of hope, I'm going to have to hope here, because I don't think this is going to work. Alright. Wait. Crap, she reached 97%! Oh, crap. Alright. Oh, bugger. Oh, well. Doing. No, I meant to click on the die at the back. I thought I clicked on the die at the back. I missed. Oh, I missed the button. No. Oh, I suck at this. Oh, bugger. What a pain in the ass. Oh, well. Getsuga Tensho! I should say, it is 3 AM in the morning here. I probably do need to be a bit careful with how tired I'm being. Let's use Garden of Avalon. I haven't seen it in a while. A lot of people I know, and some people I've seen also only like the SAO part and not the ALO part. I think that's a fairly common opinion, maybe. I remember when I was at university, I had a friend who was very, very into SAO and liked all of it. I was very much into the first part, but I respect the show. I think it's interesting, and I've heard with Alicization it was meant to be very good as well. The fourth of Asuna from part 1 to part 2 broke my heart. That's what I heard. That happened, you know, I saw it was already out by that stage, but I did hear it was a pretty catastrophic drop-off. Shinon. She is the... Shinon. I've seen her. I think she's the aqua turquoise-haired girl with the sniper. But I know Shinon's popular as well. Inshin is really, really fun to use if you grail him to 80. He's like someone, if I had more grails, and if I kept playing, if I had loads of grails, I would grail. He's very much in that what-if territory. But being the genius I am, as you can see from the fact I accidentally clicked on Merlin, and then I accidentally left someone alive, because I can't do maths, I just haven't really got that. Yeah, for that, I'm surprised sometimes when they do stuff like that, where the final ascension reveals a look that they don't otherwise have. And it does... You have to assume, if the character was something else, maybe, that appealed to fans they want to cater to, you would have that ascension as a costume. I get you, Kesuke. I was in... Who do I have? There was a 7 I had like that for ages. But this is years back now. I had them NP3 for like the longest time until the rerun. I can't remember who it was though. But I had someone in a very similar situation. It is funny how plot armored Kirito is. I think there are 2 scenes in particular about Kirito that I think are Hall of Fame, legendary. The first one is when he's on that bridge and there's like 5 guys attacking him and his healing rate is faster than their attacks. When I saw that, I literally burst out laughing. I thought that was phenomenal stuff. The second one, I think, is from the Alicization arc, which again, I've only heard good things about. But there's a scene where one of the characters comes, and I think it's his niece, maybe, who's there. And she's looking after Kirito, who's in some sort of, from what I understand, it's some sort of coma where he's maybe off and away somewhere. And it appears to them like he's in a coma. And he throws a dagger, but you can't see it. And they say, no, you didn't block it. I did throw something. Kirito blocked it by sheer will whilst being unconscious. Mwah. I love it. Unironically, I love it. More series should have the balls to do that. Don't know why I didn't select the one with a 30% crit chance, but there we go. I believe command seals regenerate all at once now instead of 1 per day. Oh, wow. I didn't even know that. That is quite the change. I need Santacana because a real saber fights with their fists. Very true, Accelerator. Very true. Kana and Martha team up, yes. Probably poor Georgius getting the worst of it. Georgius and Arjuna, just like in the craft essences. For Georgius, anyway. Oh, my Artorias collection, it's expanded again. Funnily enough, the ones I'm missing... Oh, my favourites, Lancer and Ruler. I am sorry. It is always like that, though. It is always like that. But Tyrus, you'll get there. You'll get there. I know you're getting closer. Well, seeing if you can grow Benji, you can definitely grill Inshin. He's only grilled on JP. If I get access back to my JP account, maybe Inshin gets the grills. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. A new Jean? Okay. Do I get someone new? Maybe? I mean, no. I'm fine with it, but... We'll see. I'm curious. I'm curious. New summer ones that look like her. Oh. Fair, fair. Fate Door Order has Ikatu. Yeah. I mean, they're both bald. And they both... Well, that's about it, really. Ikatu doesn't use this... Oh, he uses a sort of a polearm type thing, doesn't he? As a base weapon, right? Or am I remembering that wrong? So I know what his Bankai looks like, but his base weapon, if I recall, was maybe a polearm type thing. Like a spearish thing. I'm not good with weapon names. It looks like a spear polearm thing. Can we all agree Eminence in Shadow is a better SAO? What is Eminence in Shadow? No, I've heard of it. I don't know what it is, but I have heard of it. I am old. Alicization Part 2 is basically Marvel Endgame. Is this the point where I say I haven't seen Endgame? I'm like, I watched Marvel right up to Endgame, and I just never saw Endgame just because I never had the chance, and I've never gone back to look. Like, I saw the one before, what was it? Infinity War. Eminence 100% better, pure Aura Farm, and Delulu Isekai anime. Oh. I'll have to look. Swordsman is cuts. Yeah, well, I mean, you know. Yeah, I don't think anyone's disputing. Fair, fair, fair. Alright, I think I haven't mucked it up this time. And here we go. Buster just to make it a bit stronger. Infinity War was better than Endgame. Ooh, that's not promising. Pure power fancy isekai. I've never really watched too many isekai. The only isekai I've really watched is Konosuba. I think. Don't think I've watched any others. And Mara's doing the job at the moment. Alright. I think we're going to leave it there for tonight, everyone. It is gone 3 a.m. I'm surprised I made it to 2 hours. I'm pretty impressed with myself. I'm normally very tired by this time, so not bad. I'm glad we made it through. But more importantly, I want to say thank you all for coming. I know I've been away for a very long time. Some of you may have seen the video I put out recently. If you have, you'll know I'm back and back with a purpose. But I do want to say thank you all for coming today. I really do appreciate it. It's been really nice to catch up with everyone, to have the chat. And I'm hoping this is something I can do on a far more frequent basis now. That I can be here to talk. Some nights it'll be games. Some nights it'll be tier lists and talking. Some nights it'll be just chilling and relaxing. Whatever it is, if you feel like coming, please, obviously, I'd love to have you here. And it's just been really, really fun. So, with that, if you've enjoyed the stream, as a YouTuber, I am obliged to say, please leave a like. It does help the channel grow. And if you haven't subscribed, feel free to subscribe. I'd be happy to have you here, and it'd be good to see you again. Other than that, though, I think that's just about everything for today. Just before we finish, I'll catch up with the chat. Watch Eminence in Shadow. I'll have to have a look. If Katsuri was a wrestler, she would be Will Ospreay. Would she? Or would she be Kurt Angle? Because she's good at everything, right? For me, the wrestler, if you had to say, name one wrestler who does everything a professional wrestler needs to do extremely well, for me, that's Kurt Angle. Like, he does absolutely everything well. Even ReZero, I have never seen ReZero. I know very little about it. I know there's a Rem and a Ram. I think. Nobu, Keste, I couldn't put it any better myself. Good night, Jordan. Thanks for coming. No, thank you, Effadel, and thank you for coming as well. It was a pleasure to have you, and I hope I see you next time as well. Very nice to see you again as well, Seomai. Good night, Osama. Good night. Hope to see you too again, Tyrese. It was good seeing you. And again, post your commission. I'll put it on, if it's okay to put it on my community page. I don't know what the rules and regulations you have with the person who contacted you for it are. If not, I'm happy to share it there. I'm happy to share it anywhere. He doesn't like that name, Jordan, so it's Kurt Angle or Pete Angle. But I like Kurt Angle. I actually think, as good as Angle was when he was bald and all that, I liked goofy early 2000s Kurt Angle as well. I had a lot of appreciation for that. And you as well, Effadel. Thank you very much. But with that, I think that'll be everything. Good night, everyone. Thank you all so much for coming. I really do appreciate it. And I hope you all have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time.